Welcome to our Q&A session. You can comment your doubts and we will answer them. Whether you're here to seek knowledge or just curious, let's dive into this week's Q&A session. Fire away. First question. Is it mandatory to avoid should and must in OET speaking? This question has been around for ages. On August 29, 2019, OET official was left surprised by the response. They expressed uncertainty about where the candidates got that information. Because it is absolute nonsense, they clarified that it is not mandatory to avoid using should and must in OET speaking role plays. OET officials emphatically stated that, no, there is no such restriction. If you harbor doubts about this, it's advisable to discuss them with our OET team. It's worth noting that while many teachers and test takers share insights on social media, some of this information may be inaccurate. The best course of action is to verify such concerns directly with OET officials. OET emphasized that must and should are perfectly acceptable words in speaking, particularly when giving advice to patients or discussing lifestyle changes and associated risks. So, absolutely, feel free to use them where appropriate. Second question. Do we need to use the patient's name during the OET speaking role play? In Western healthcare settings, it is now accepted that professionals will use the patient's first name when speaking to them. This is in keeping with patient-centered care approaches which value a friendly yet professional tone for conversations. You can use the patient's first name in the speaking role play, regardless of the age of the patient. If you choose to ask the interlocutor for their name either before or during the role play, use the name they give you. While it might feel a little rude in your culture to use the patient's first name only without adding a title, in Western health scenarios, it would be considered rude to ask someone their name and then change what they have said by adding a title. If you wish to show appropriate respect for an older person, you could ask if they mind you calling them by their first name. For example, do you mind if I call you John? The speed and tone of your voice can also be adjusted when speaking with an elderly patient. This will show your attention to relationship building, which is one of the assessment criteria. Third question. Is the completion of tasks part of the OET speaking criteria? If you don't finish all the tasks on your card, it's not the end of the world. You are only scored on the assessment criteria, and completing the tasks is not part of the criteria. So, try to complete as much of the role card as possible, but don't panic if you miss some tasks. However, each role play is designed to elicit enough speech from you so that you can demonstrate your speaking ability in a healthcare context. The role plays will usually come to a natural end at around 5 minutes. The interlocutor will signal clearly when the time is up. Is it mandatory to answer all the tasks given in the OET speaking role play card? So, a common question we often receive. The tasks aim to guide a 5-minute conversation. It's important to stick to the tasks and avoid unnecessary questions or unrelated topics. Not completing all tasks won't impact your score. They serve as prompts to maintain the conversation for the allotted time. As long as you stay focused in on task, completing all of them isn't necessary. Thank you all for joining this engaging Q&A session. Your thoughtful questions made for a stimulating discussion. Remember, curiosity is a never-ending journey, and I'm here whenever you're ready to explore more. Until next time. Bye from Mihiraa. Thank you for watching. Please, like this video and encourage us.
Subscribe and stay tuned for more videos. Kindly comment your suggestions and help us do better.